All right, everybody. Early afternoon this is the project, the water project that I'm working with. Is this big old tank needs to find its way over here around the solar panels and where I've been working. Okay, let's get there. Um, Here we go. It's already there's a few hundred gallons left in there, y'all. Here's the old solar panels, and here's what we've been working with. It looks bigger maybe than it really is. That's I had to go over that bump to get my buggy up that. I don't got much left. But the diameter is about 4 foot bigger than what the tank is. It'll give me plenty of room to put up uprights or however I'm going to do to get the tank in the hole. If the backhoe is big enough or whatever, I'm going to have him do all the hard work. I'm just doing this part here so I can flood it with water, and then it'll soak into the ground and make it more stable. Otherwise, if you dig too deep, it'll just collapse. It's just too much sand underneath is what I'm trying to get at. But if you do it this way, it's better is what I'm trying to say. And this will hold several hundred gallons at a shot. And I wish this would have been done before I did all that tank cleaning. This would have been the perfect place to dump all that tank water. It was clean, it just had like algae and the rest of the crap in it. But it would have served this purpose just fine. Now, well, I got friends, or I can even get the old truck, but the Waddy's not running. The Waddy it runs like, quarter mile past them solar panels between here and the mountain. I know it don't look like it, but that's downhill from here is it's just the way it is. Desert's pretty flat. The opposite direction, but it's into the sun, is the uphill section of this, but only for about a mile and a half, maybe a mile, and then it tapers off the other direction going towards the highway. But you can't hardly see it with the naked eye is what I'm trying to get at, but that's the reality of it. I'm going to, like I said, I had to fight my way out because that's not as wide as it looks. And the chair does really good, for going, but it doesn't do uneven ground. If that was smooth, it would climb it with no problem. I'm probably going to make the last little bitty in and out where the buckets are sitting and then get rid of all this. I could probably flood it just the way it is and it would still work because I'm wanting it to hold the water and go sideways. You can see the different colors of the layer. That top one's going to crumble no matter what. That second layer, you want that wet or otherwise it'll crumble bad is what I'm trying to say. It's like beach sand, y'all. That's the best I can describe it. Depending on where you're at across the valley, about 40 inches down, there's a hard pan layer, and then just sand and gravel as far as you can go. So if you're going to do it, soak it in really good so the sides can't cave in. Put the tank in and, dig it. Put the tank in the same day. Backfill it even because you're done. If you got anything to do it after. This is what I'm trying to get at. I'm just saying in the desert, if you do it in the right sequence, it's really easy. If you do it in the sequence that maybe you're thinking or maybe you're not thinking or whatever, you can make it really hard is all I'm trying to say. But soak in where your lines are going to run so it's good and soaked in first. Then dig those and then dig the tank. But soak it in first. It's well worth the extra water, even out here where water is hard to come by. To soak it in is well worth it. And this is just water I had from the spring, and I would dump otherwise. All the tanks in the house are full. But and I have between here and the van, there's that white tank. That's another 600 gallons. That'll top up all the tanks just before when the days get below freezing and we get wind about that same time, that's when you don't want any water on the outside. You just dump it. You be done with it. But I'll refill everything in the house before then is what I'm trying to get at. And hopefully this is what I don't put in the house I'll use to soak this in. I got to look on the paper. I didn't get mine. I stopped at the mail and did my vote thing, and I didn't get a paper this week, so maybe they're not out yet. But there's always a backhoe service or three. And the guy, it's like 3 hours, I mean, the minimum or whatever. And he can dig that as deep as I want it. It's already like 2 foot down in places. As soon as I got, there's a layer, it's called the gray clay layer. And as soon as I broke through that, it was easy digging, even in a wheelchair. The ramp it started out going this way. It was, I just, like, there's a little bit of a hill, and that's just fill from doing work around the house is what I'm trying to get at. You can see the color difference is what I'm saying. From the original is there, and then what the fill was on top. But, just X amount a little bit. But I went in this way first, and then got as far as I could, and then backed up, and then went in, or I was coming back out, I guess, however you want to say it. But it was like a pie. For a long time. I was going to take a video, even did a few times, but it didn't make any sense because the color is flat and it's hard to see in the video. So, but yeah, this is the last little bit of the ramp going down, and then from here on out, it's pretty much level as it needs to be to just soak in with water. Like I said, I could probably flood it with water, and right now, that's probably 8 inches deep, right there all the way around already. All I would have to do is just kick the dirt back and it'd be fine. It would hold more than enough water. But the flatter I get it, the less water it'll use and the better it'll soak in. So I'm going to go about that route. But this is the first of next year's water projects. Is right now. I had the water, I had the time, it's beautiful weather. Figured I'd get it done. I didn't know if I could, to be honest. We had some pretty poor weather already, and then it turned beautiful again. So, hey, while the weather's good, make hay, or whatever they say. So, we're going to try to get it done. And but right now I'm done for the day. I'm actually wore out, not the chair. Normally the chair wears out first. I just wear it. I'm just getting old, y'all. That's just all it's to it. But I got to make a new ramp about where the buckets are and then chisel the rest of this out. I'm just taking it over here in front and dumping it. That's where the other tank was, where the horses come through and collapsed it. I'm just building it up and stuff like that. So the water, like I said, backwards where the sun is uphill. This is downhill. So any water that comes through the yard, I don't want it to catch in front of the house anymore. And so all the dirt that I've been doing in this last little bit is I'm going to put it right here because that's already full underneath. You can't see because of the shadows. I get it. But I went down in front of the solar panels and out, and I covered up the lift station pump, for the storm water, because we get monsoons out here, and it don't matter how you get your water drainage. When you get water in the desert, it don't go anywhere, y'all. It's pretty wild. Just for a moment, 15, 20 minutes, but it's the suckiest 15 or 20 minutes of your life if you don't got a couple lift stations to get rid of the water momentarily. If you do, I got like 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4. I got one huge one and 4 little ones. I was so bummed out when the first time the monsoons hit is I went overboard. Only like 2 of them have pumps, but still the same. It just, you get bummed is what I'm saying when you're standing there and you're in the desert and your shit is flooded. Oh, that's just a sucky ass feeling all the way around. Yeah, just bad. That's just a horrible feeling. And there's a lot of people that experience that. I watch the videos, and every time I cringe, it's just like, my heart's going out to y'all. I feel it. Oh man, like that. Every time I see that stuff, dude. Every time. But yeah, as I lifted it all up, and I put a lot of dirt underneath the solar panels, so it can't like grass or nothing. It's 1.5 feet tall. But it's just really bright, y'all. That's all it is. You can't see for the shadows. But and as soon as I dig this down, the backhoe will go down the harder through that other hard pan layer, and that's good for me because I'm not that much of a hero. Oh shit, what I was gonna say the storm water, anything that catches here, is going to go down alongside the tank and go back down into that sand and gravel layer. It worked perfectly. I never had this overflow monsoon egress water when the tank was right there. And it was but it was like 5 feet in the ground. It was as deep down in the ground as that one is tall, that white one. And the horses stepped on it and caved it in. Well, they just run through the house right there in front of the house. But they stepped on it, ripped out the wires for the solar. Bless their heart, they had a day. I don't know what caused them to get this close, but normally they just hang out in the desert. It's beautiful up here. I can't say it enough. This is November. I'm out here in shorts and no shirt even. I ain't showing you nothing like that. It would be a horrible sight. Y'all scream. You'd have nightmares. But I'm getting a tan in November. I can't believe how beautiful it is out here, y'all. It's not like Arizona desert, because there it's just God blessed hot. I think I could design a solar system to go through the desert, but man, that's crazy. I used to drive truck. I don't have no love affair for that kind of heat. This is about perfect for me. If you're in the direct sun, it's going to fry you in the summertime. But if you're in the shade, about 85 degrees, and it's beautiful here. It's actually chilly in the shade in the summertime. I had an old hammock out in the back of the house. It just finally ended up dying. It's one of the old nylon ones, and it spent too many years in the sun. I had it for like 20 years. I got to buy me another one. But you needed a sleeping bag in the summertime to lay in it in the shade. It was pretty. It's pretty unique weather up here, is what I'm trying to get at. I love it without any doubt. The sunny part. Where else can you heat your house? Them floors in there are probably 100 degrees right now. Where can you heat your house in November? Even if it's cold, they only work better. I mean, the solar panels, they're not affected by the cold. That's the one thing my dad used to do is he was a big solar person, but for the physical hot water solar. Those are good, but this is so much better. Like leaps and bounds so much better. Yes, the sun is powerful, but the photovoltaic is just optically is better. I mean, I put this into words for people, and it's hard to grasp, is what I'm trying to say, because people say, "Oh, I need the fancy tracker. I need the this, the that, and another thing. I need to put half east and half west, make them like a V, and put them 45 degrees on angle." No, y'all, you don't. The very, very best that you can do for your solar is put them about 45 degrees. Well, here in Colorado, it would be about 30 something. Different areas, it's different angles, is what I'm saying. But here, your optimum is between 37 and 40 degrees year round. That's optimum angle. Set them, if you want to set them for more in the wintertime, set them a little bit, more positive, like 45 degrees or more. That's what these are. These are less. These are set up for the summertime. Compared to those, is what I'm saying. These are the two extremes. But in the east-west thing is horseshit. By 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the day, you have as much sun as you can stand. If you need a little bit extra or whatever, run your voltages in your string a little higher. It'll pick up juice a little bit sooner. But otherwise, buy a bigger battery or buy a couple extra panels, because those tractors, not only are they expensive for the minute that you bought them or for when you bought them, but when they break, they're really expensive because they're locking your panels in an orientation that's not optimal, unless you can manually crank them back or something like that. But if you can't, then yeah, that's no bueno, dude. That's just no good. Solid, rock solid mounts. I would keep going out there. There's no cracks. There's no. It's solid, is what I'm trying to get at. Really. I didn't do bad, is what I'm trying to get at on the design. They turned out well. I was a little bit reluctant about putting in the second. There's a room for a second layer up there. One, I don't own the inverter. If anybody wants to donate one, I'm looking for one of them split phase where it's two inverters, but it makes the split phase so I can like weld and do other stuff. But right now I can't afford that. That's out of my reach to go. And I'm also looking for them MB56 48-volt battery banks. Y'all, I did some math on that. You could build like a 2 megawatt container with 70 of these things. That's incredible, the amount of power. It's like 35 of those batteries per megawatt. And then, 2 megawatt would be about all you could get in a container. But yeah, just put in like the split phase or the mini split air conditioner so it heats them and cools them. 2 megawatt, y'all. You don't got to worry about a 5 or 2,500 watt air conditioner at 2 megawatt. Those batteries could power like whole communities, 20 houses for like 3 days. That's a real solution, a real off-grid solution for any place on the earth, and everybody needs power. That's the one thing. There would be a lot less bad in the world if we all could share in the power. Just how I feel about it. But and this makes everybody equal. The solar is like, my dad used to say that about hydraulics. There's a road grader running between the panels back there. Made me think about my dad. He said hydraulics makes every man equal because he had these monster hands. He started in construction when they were still cable-driven machines, and you had to be physically strong to pull against the levers and stuff with the cable drive. And his hands were monstrous, is what I'm trying to get at. And but he said hydraulics makes every man equal. That when the hydraulics came in, he welcomed it like just bread on butter, or however you want to say it. He really thought that hydraulics was the cat's meow compared to the old machines, is what I'm trying to get at. And I wished he would have lived long enough to see this photovoltaic, these PV panels, how much better they are than even the hot water panels could ever be. As long as these get sunlight, it can be 20 degrees. They would be struggling to make hot water the amount of hot water they needed. These don't struggle at all. 20 degrees, they just work better. Just as long as they're clean, and the other ones would have to be clean too. So, better choice, man. This is 2 thumbs up on this one. Yeah, very good idea. And that's not a lot of them. And it's been cooking all my meals, heating the floors, everything. It's been working, is what I'm trying to get at. And we've had decent weather. I mean, I'll say we've had much worse. We've had much worse falls out here in the last 12 years, going on 13 years. Yeah, we've had much worse weather. But it's beautiful right now, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm gonna hang this up for the bit, and may or may not come and finish this up. Like I said, I'm the one wearing out today, not the chair. This is my third go at this. Like I said, I just keep loading the buckets and then I haul them away. And because it's not very far, is the chair doesn't wear out. Normally I'm zooming like here to there, all to the other side of the greenhouse or wherever, and the batteries just die because they're lead acid or AGM, the glass thing. They're not lithium, is what I'm trying to get at. And today I'm the weak link in the chain today. I'm wearing out, but this has been several days I've been after this. No hero. I'm just a crippled guy in a wheelchair, dude. Just doing my best. All right, y'all. Y'all have fun, and if you're to the end of this video again, you're a hero. That's all it's to it. Talk to you then. Bye.